Hello!
What changed?
The microphone was not selected.
Of course.
It was like default as opposed to line in. Let us know if the game and mic mixing is okay. You might be hearing a little echo because we do have it coming out of the television.
It's pretty loud. We'll turn that down.
You know, producing this game is a big
Of course, it still says Soul Reaver. It didn't make you type in the title of the game.
No?
Well, that's retarded. Do it every other fucking time.
Maybe we just updated it in the new update to not have to do that anymore to make your life even worse.
I mean, you didn't have to do it. You could turn it off. But I had left it on because it usually helped. But, alright, we've updated the information.
It is CHRONO CROSS.
Fucking CHRONO CROSS. This game is dope as fuck.
Yeah, I love this game. It's gorgeous. It sounds amazing.
This is one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best looking games ever made. And not that this screen particularly communicates that, since it looks wavy as fuck. But
well, you're underwater, so.
True. Let's get in, dude. Let's fucking get into the game. The RPG streams will probably be a little more relaxed than our usual fare, since we do want to actually engage the story. This game's not like a 20-minute cutscene kind of game, though.
No, I mean, they couldn't
At
really
least
do
not
that,
at the beginning.
because there's no... I always liked this shot as a kid. I'm like, yeah, let me focus on the part I really care about.
Yeah, that is really... She's got good tits.
Dude, one of my first waifus.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't play this when I was young. I played it on an emulator, like...
I have not played this game in 15 years.
I mean, when I played it was probably like 6 or 7 years ago. It was definitely a while back. Oh, you should have named him Games.
This is a serious thing. We're engaging with the story.
That doesn't mean he can't be Games. In my Tales of Fantasia run, their characters were Games, Oh Hi Mark, Tom Bone,
Okay.
Digibro, and
I was not aware.
I've made a grievous error right out of the gate.
well, I didn't end up taking my own footage anyways because it's a pain in the ass, and I knew there was footage of the whole game on multiple consoles online. So
We were playing this on PS1. No HD remaster, any of that shit. We got the OG.
well, we are playing it on a PS3 technically.
I don't think it does any upscaling, though.
No. What is it, Herr Sergei? You look troubled.
Alright, it would have been funny if she'd said Hair Games. I'm sorry, I fucked up.
Yeah. I like her face. Hers is a little weird. They look like the level of like skin lighting is very bizarre. What does it remind me of though? I mean, I guess it kind of looks like when like manga artists attempt to do color pages, and they just kind of like overdo it really hard.
Color pages in manga are gross.
Yeah, they're usually weird. Oh my god, we're already in the action. All right.
Yep, this is the real shit.
I don't even remember this bit.
This is like the beginning part before the game actually starts. It always puts you, it's Surge, Kid, and then some random character. There's like 40 characters in this game, so...
Wait, so it's not always this blue girl who's in this scene?
Yeah, it's random every...
What the fuck? That's
Yeah.
fucking wild. Have you ever had her before? Do you know?
No, I have no idea who this character is.
That's fucking awesome.
It always gives you one of the 40 characters
It's
you
just
can get.
right off the bat.
We're not messing around.
No, that's fucking cool. They definitely wanted it to be that, like, the second you fucking restart your game, you're immediately like, oh my god, like, it's already different, it's already, wait, and it would probably fuck with you really hard, too, if you just finished the game, like, if you're playing New Game Plus or something, like, you just want to run right back through, and you'd be like, wait a minute, is that, like, because you've just beat the whole thing, so you're, like, trying to remember the very beginning.
Right.
I don't think this person was on my, I don't remember a mermaid on my team at the start. But by then you probably know who the character is, so you'd be like, what? Merm girl? Played this game as a kid, and the only thing I remember is there is a magician that makes a staff appear in your chest, and there is a million party members.
Yeah, the magician is pretty cool. I never got the magician because like you don't get. I don't think you can get all the characters in this game. Like the paths are divergent and stuff. So when I played this first at my friend's house, and
oh, real quick, we got a tier 1 sub, second month in a row from Keyblade.
Keyblade.
Sorry I got to that so late. I didn't hear a notification. How far are you in Fantasia? I just beat it. Literally with minutes to spare before fucking I Am Games. I, like, as soon as the credits started rolling, I had to, like, jump upstairs and start working on the Sitch. But, yeah, I beat Tales of Fantasia, PS1 version. I'm still going to play, like, a little bit of the Super Nintendo version before I continue writing my video, because I want to have, like, there's a lot of interesting stuff about the comparison, because like pretty much everybody agrees the PlayStation version is like the most fun and best, but I think that the Super Nintendo one is like aesthetically stronger, and so I want to test it out and make sure that like people are correct that it's not as good to play, because it looks cool. The Game Boy Advance version, on the other hand, looks like dog shit, and that's the version I played as a kid and was not into it at all. And now I know why, because it is like ass, which is really unfortunate because I love the Game Boy Advance.
Sick. The presentation of this game is amazing.
It's fucking. There's a great video about this game by Satchbags Goods, a guy named Satchel Like a Bag Drakes, as he calls himself. It's not a very traditional, like, games analysis video, though. He comes at it from a very personal perspective of, like, this is, like, his favorite game that has, like, always been his favorite game since he was a kid. And, his writing style is really out there for a YouTuber, which is what I like about him, but, he also has a video about why this game makes sense as a sequel to Chrono Trigger.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because, like, the problem with this game is that, like, because it has Chrono in the title and was kind of framed as a sequel, even though it has, like, very little to do with Chrono Trigger, is, like, the biggest thing that worked against it in terms of its reputation. Like, it just pisses off Chrono Trigger fans. And every time you bring it, like, when we said we were going to play Chrono Cross, like, immediately in the chat, someone was like, Chrono Trigger's better. It's like, who the fuck cares? Like,
yeah.
It's still an amazing game. Why do you fucking, like, forget about Chrono Trigger?
I don't remember what to do here. I gotta keep going first. So, the reason I said in my tweet yesterday that this game is, like, one of my favorite but also most tragic experiences is because I got halfway through this game, my memory card corrupted, I lost all my saves, and I never finished it. And
Saddest story ever.
Truly a tragedy.
I don't remember if I've told... I'm sure I've told it somewhere, maybe not on the I Am Games, about what happened to me with Final Fantasy IX. When I got to a dungeon where you can't use magic, but I had brought a magic user with me, and I had saved since getting there, and back then I didn't think about keeping multiple save files. So, like, I just couldn't progress.
The struggle.
Yeah, it was really stupid. Any update on Star Wars Republic Commandos?
It's on GOG. We can just buy it.
Yeah, I mean, we're currently kind of trying to settle into a groove of, like, having, like finishing a certain set of games, and it's like we want to do Tuesdays is Soul Reaver, Thursdays is fucking Chrono Cross until further notice.
Fridays will be the party stream. We could do a Commando party stream.
Well, we're probably
play Republic Commando while going Commando on the party.
That would be hilarious. But we're gonna have to skip tomorrow's party stream because I'm gonna be out of town. Unless you want to just stream game dev or something tomorrow night.
I might do something.
stream your own game.
Yeah, it could.
Get drunk by yourself and stream your own game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna be out. I was gonna mention, like, if you want, feel free to just use the I Am Games channel to stream whenever you feel like it. Like, we don't necessarily have to only stream at our appointed times.
Well, I was thinking I'll do more game dev stuff on there anyways, because if getting Twitch partner requires doing more than just games...
Yeah, I mean, we have Twitch partner. I forgot to set that shit up.
You fucking peasant.
Well, you also forgot to set that shit up.
I'm not in charge of those things.
Both.
I do the computers, you do that part, I guess.
CM398 says, fuck, these menus are good.
Dude, everything about this is good.
Jalen Harris gave us $1 and said, rowdy fuckers are streaming at the same time as you guys. I've never been so conflicted.
Well, I mean...
we're actually playing a video game.
They are impeding on our... They're encroaching on our territory. We have this time slot planned out for weeks.
Wait, is that the jar? Did you put the jar on screen?
It's a pachinko jar, yeah. So when you put bits in, they fall down in there.
I see.
It's to incentivize the followers to give more money.
Can we talk about how both Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger have the best character designs of any video game ever? It's hard to believe how Cross is even better when it's not made by Toriyama. I don't know if I agree with any of that statement. I mean, they're really good in both. I don't know, like, Chrono Trigger, I guess because I came to it as late as I did, has always just looked to me like, oh yeah, it's Dragon Ball. Like Chrono looks exactly like Trunks, so it's like, I can't unsee. This game has pretty unique designs, I would say.
Yeah, it's got that, that, like, Islander kind of aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just good. It's just unique.
There we go.
Look at this shit.
When I got here, when I played this game before, I was just like, why do we ever not have pre-rendered backgrounds? Like, this is so much greater than what has ever been accomplished elsewhere. At least I felt that way until, like, the Souls games, when I finally saw, like, 3D environments that were, like, as beautiful as this in terms of art design.
I mean, it's a shame, too, because, like, I mean, we saw with Remake, but, like, these are low-resolution drawings. Like
imagine if they were high-res.
Right, you know?
And I mean, there are lots of games that do it, which are all fucking point-and-click adventure games, though. Like, every time I go on Steam and I see a game that's, like, mind-breakingly beautiful, it's some fucking point-and-click game. And I'm like, why don't they just make an RPG like this? I want them back. Is Namkai Bandai going to publish Tom's game? Of course, right?
Yeah, when it's, like, ready to go.
Obviously. Like, what else would publish it? The only thing I don't like is how one of the core mechanics is about directly interacting with RNG. You'd think they tried to hide that shit.
In what, Chrono Cross?
Yeah.
I guess. Because, like, the battles, like, the effective spells change.
CM398 gave us their second year in a row of Twitch Prime.
Second year?
Second, you know what I mean.
I don't know, maybe people have yearly subscriptions.
Unfortunately, this TV is like the loudest television in the world and has no lower audio settings than this one.
I mean, I could, like, you can try digging into the menus and seeing if there's anything more.
Do you want that on screen?
I'm just reading text.
Why would there be anything more?
I have no idea. I'm just...
I don't believe that that's a thing enough to try it. Good job, did you actually beat a fucking game? What, do I not? Didn't I beat a game somewhat recently? I guess because I stalled so long on Crosscode, I don't look like a game beaty kind of guy. Crosscode is much harder than Tales of Fantasia, though. Tales of Fantasia is, playing on, like, normal difficulty, it is laughably easy. Like, for most of the game, I was just kind of playing on autopilot, like, just mashing buttons. And then, like, towards the very end, there were some boss fights that were more difficult. And so using any strategy whatsoever, like, trivialized the boss fights. Like, the final boss, I literally beat him by keeping him in a stun lock for the entire battle. Yeah, happy birthday, Tom. You never bought me that plane ticket you promised me so I could suck your dick. From Jester Monocle.
It's my birthday. You should buy it for me.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
Yeah, big, thick thing of meat.
I also got you a second one with cheese.
Oh, Jesus.
If you like the cheese ones.
I'm about everything.
I wasn't sure if you are into the cheese ones. I am. So I also
Cheese
got
ones are
myself-
good. That's cheese is keto.
Yeah, I had to think about
in
it.
quotation marks.
Yeah, cheese is... Ohio gozaimasu! I always try to wait until Mark talks before we do the Ohio gozaimasu.
I gotta go kill some bitches.
Very nice. I'm glad you didn't just drop Fantasia like I expected you to. Which PSX translation did you use? Also, yeah, GBA is terrible and has an awful translation. Yeah, apparently in the GBA game, there's a part where they talk about the Ragnarok War, and the GBA translated it as the Kangaroo War. No one knows how that got through.
How did it even happen in the first place?
I assume some just like a... I have no fucking idea. Babelfish translations? Who the fuck
Maybe.
knows? But I used the Fantasian something. It was like the localized one that came out in 2012.
I want analog controls so bad, and for some reason it doesn't let me do it. So I have to hold down circle to run, and it's annoying.
Oh.
It's not how it's supposed to be.
It's not?
No, you're supposed to have analog. But, I don't know. It's a mystery. Such a good overworld theme. I don't go to Cape Howell, do I?
Chrono Trigger is one of my absolute favorite games of all time. Cross shits all over its story, and I still love Cross more. This music is fucking lit.
Dude, this whole soundtrack is a big cut.
I had to start Persona 5 3 times. The first time a system update wiped all my saves. The second time some weird DLC bug where the game thought I had illegally obtained some DLC when I totally hadn't. Third time it finally worked. Modern gaming.
It's rough.
Jalen Harris asked, Tom, when do you expect to have your game finished?
Oh god, I have no idea. I want to have like the actual vertical slice done by December. So that'll be the first big release.
Was that the thing that was supposed to be done today?
Yeah.
You've pushed it all the way back to December? Is that just because you're like, well, if it's not going to be done on my birthday, I might as well make it better?
Right, yeah.
Makes sense. Tom's birthday, by the way, if we didn't make that clear,
Yeah.
30 years
I'm
old.
officially an old man. If you wanted me to drown my sorrows, give me money.
Yep.
That makes me feel better. This is me in the game. Beach bum.
Oh yeah, CM398. Did you look at his Kamen Rider Raziel comparison?
I saw it, but I didn't open it all the way. It looked like a lot of words.
I read
It
through
looked
it.
interesting.
The main point was simply that the whole tiers thing, Kamen Rider also was designed that way. Like, original Kamen Rider has like these tears coming down from his eyes because he was given the Kamen Rider power against his will by like an evil corporation.
Yeah.
And like he's a sad boy throughout the early part of the series about it because he's like too strong and he can't control it. At one point he tries to like touch a child's hand, but he like grabs it too hard and almost breaks him because he's fucking too strong.
It's fucking sick.
And he popularized the scarf as an aesthetic as well. So,
Kamen Rider's just the best.
and also like the vampires in Soul Reaver are like bug people. Apparently that is canon according to his research. Like they are supposed to be like bug-esque.
Pretty cool.
So I'd say it's a it was a decent case. I read through it and I was like, all right, I see where you're coming from.
I give it a 6.5 out of 10. That's right. The cool thing about this game, dude, You know, it's fucking... Okay. Random battles. Annoying, right?
Uh-huh.
In this game, almost every time you're in a random battle, even if you don't level up, you get like, oh, you get 2 more HP permanently for the battle, or you get another boost. Whoa. So you're constantly getting stronger. So the random battles always give you something.
That's neat.
It's super cool. Oh, this is annoying. I gotta grab these scales.
Isn't it Mark's birthday also? Not until tomorrow. But Mark is having a birthday as well.
Mark and May have the same birthday. It's very weird.
Yeah, everybody around here has a fucking November 8th
Everybody fucked on Valentine's
yeah,
Day.
I mean, that's not that weird.
Yeah, I wonder if
you're not born.
I wonder if that's like a really high national average birthday range. Like, it's so transparent that it's because it's like Tom and his sister and dad, and also May, Mark, and May's sister and dad are all born. And also my dad, his birthday is also today. So, yeah. It's pretty obvious what's going on.
Probably should have blocked. That was dumb. Oh, little bitch.
The best thing about this game is how every NPC has a unique, cool design and personality, and like half of them are recruitable. This is the way to make a game world feel big and alive. I'd consider Cross an open world game, and probably the best in its genre.
Interesting.
Add the P.O. box in the Twitch description, you hacks.
Yeah. Why haven't we done that?
When we do that, I'm gonna just give you the key. I feel like you'll be more likely to check it than I will. Last time I checked, though, there was nothing in it, but then I realized I had literally not made a mailbag video since moving in, so I just did that the other day, so I expect people will know that the mailbox is active. But, like, I'm not sure if this is actually an issue, because I picked up stuff from the box in spite of having been told this, but, like, the first time I went, the guy told me I needed a Massachusetts proof of residency, and I do not have that. So my name's not on the house or anything, like, it's not on the bills. The bills are all on the landlord's name. So,
that's odd.
I don't know how to prove I live here.
You don't get any mail to this address?
I do, but would that
That's a proof of residency.
just mail addressed to me?
Yeah.
Couldn't I just, like, I mean, I could easily forge that, right?
It's an old system, I suppose.
Well, because he was like, oh, like, vehicle registration, or like, if you got any bills, and I was like, well, my vehicle's from Virginia, and
You gotta get the bill for the fucking oil.
that might work. Apparently you can get a dog as a party member in this game.
Dude, you can get like a little like space alien guy as a party member.
Tokukast Kabuto movie win.
Ooh. That would be sick. I love Kabuto.
But does this game make you feel like a Chrono Cross?
Yeah. I feel like I'm going back in time right now playing this game. I haven't played in 15 years, so...
I'm kind of pissed that they're moving farther from the bug aesthetic in DMC as the series goes on. Like Devil May Cry? Did that have a bug aesthetic?
I mean, the first,
The first boss is a spider.
well, I think he means in, like, the Devil Trigger designs. Like, Sparta's original design was very insectoid-like. You could always say it was Kamen Rider-ish, but, like, much more distinct because, like, it was pure organic stuff. I thought he was going to say he was sad that the bug design is going away from Kamen Rider, which I agree with completely. Some of the new designs are stupid.
CN398 says, my birthday is exactly 9 months after Christmas Eve. Not saying nothing, though.
I forget how to catch these guys. I'm pretty sure there's a trick to each one of them.
I have not seen the new Naoko Yamada film yet.
Maybe it's just a war attrition.
New to this. Okay, Gypsy constantly says, like, for the last 2 streams, new to the stream, do you guys plan on playing Sonic 2? First of all, I don't even think Gypsy is new to the stream.
No.
Second of all, why in the fuck would we play Sonic 2? I hope you're happy I finally read your damn meme. Yeah, the Devil Trigger forms are usually bug themed, says CMP98.
Sparta's the final Devil Trigger in Sparta in the original game looks so fucking cool.
Digi, thoughts on From Up on Poppy Hill? I haven't seen it. How about Sonic 2 and Knuckles? There's no such thing.
Yeah, there is.
Sonic 2 and Knuckles?
Sonic and Knuckles has the attachment thing. You drop Sonic 2 or 3 into it and they combine, and you get Sonic 2 and Knuckles and Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Oh my god, I just thought it was Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah, it works with 2 as well.
What the fuck?
You can play as Knuckles in Sonic 2.
What the fuck?
It's pretty sick. If only the games were actually, like, really fun. Yeah, I got a Komodo scale.
So even you, a big-time Genesis boy, is not a Sonic fan.
I was back in the day, but like going back to it now, it's just like the first level of every Sonic game is great. All the rest suck.
Funnily enough, the same guy who did that Chrono Cross video I told you about also has a video about Sonic 3 and Knuckles where he's like singing the same kind of praises. Which that game has amazing art and sound design for sure.
Oh my god, yeah. You know, like the whole rumor that like Michael Jackson did the soundtrack for those games?
He did do it. I don't think that's just a rumor. I think
it's not confirmed, but
oh.
It seems likely. Push.
Apparently, Pat from Two Best Friends Play is a Chrono Cross dissenter. Sounds like he needs to be crushed under the overbearing weight of games.
Needs to be Chrono crushed.
Mm-hmm. Jalen Harris asks, are you going to play more DMC games? Could easily happen.
We're definitely going to play 5.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Apparently they were going to do Sonic 1 with Knuckles as well, but they ran out of time.
Did you know Knuckles was originally Nike product placement?
What?
Yeah, they were originally going to use Knuckles to promote a shoe. The little symbol on his...
fucking hilarious.
His
shoes are like prominent.
Yeah,
so
the little symbol on his chest was supposed to be the Nike symbol. They changed it at the last minute.
God. Why'd they change it?
The deal didn't go through. I think Nike pulled out or something.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Just makes Knuckles even cooler. Think about it, he has that just do it attitude. Doesn't think about anything.
Ha! Pat is already being crushed by his own overbearing weight. I don't even know what that nigga looked like, but
I have no idea
that's
now.
funny.
Used to have this shit down pat.
How many times have you played this? You never beat this game, right?
I did not beat this game, but I'd attempted to come back and play this a couple times.
So what? Like, how old were you? Because you didn't have a PS1 till like pretty late into like didn't you get a PS1 after PS2 was already out or something?
Yeah.
So like, how old were you when you played this?
Probably like 14 or 15.
Okay.
I'm an old man, remember?
Well, I was expecting you to say even older. That's why I was like,
I
was
like,
trying to remember like when these.
It had to have been about like, it wasn't too long after the game came out. It was probably like 2002 or 2003 is when I played it. So.
You know, the game came out in '99, right?
I think it came out in either 2000 or 2001.
I mean, the PS1 or PS2 had already been well out by 2000.
Well, Final Fantasy IX came out after the PS2 launch. There were games that were coming, big RPGs were coming out from Square for a while after that.
Chrono Cross definitely released in '99. But it came to North America August 15th, 2000. So
sounds about right.
Yeah, and Final Fantasy IX came out July 7th, 2000. Whereas the PlayStation came out... Well, PlayStation didn't come out till October 2000 in America, so both of these were out just before the PS2 launched.
Really?
Yeah. It was already out in Japan in March.
Oh, I think that's what I'm thinking of then.
But
I need some meat. I need some meat in my mouth.
I like filled up on that fucking... That or it's just my guts are having an adverse reaction to having consumed that weird cheese. I love the weird cheese though.
I like real cheese more than weird cheese. Why is this being such an asshole? God. Oh. My game's enough to open the Sun Gem that's like glued together. I think I am.
Yes, Jalen Harris, I see what I've done. Me saying the N-word real quick caused the chat to go into a frenzy of trying to spell it but interrupting each other. So it says Nangi engage and now Nig come.
I didn't even hear the N-word.
No Nig November. That's something I should actually try to hold myself to. Fuck no Fab November, but I'll participate in no Nig November. Oh shit. Tom has been struggling to open that shit for an hour.
Felt like it.
Is it true that Digibro drank nothing but Mountain Dew cans for 15 years? I mean, the number's going up now.
Yeah, it's bad.
But it is true. I mean, before that, I drank nothing but Sprite. I come from a soda family.
I've gotten addicted to soda since being here. Not your fault.
The idea that soda is not good for you is not something that had ever even been floated by me in my childhood. Like, I didn't even know until I was like a teenager that like soda's not good for you.
It's terrifying. I think this last one. I gotta sneak up.
Has Parasite Eve been mentioned on the stream before? I forget.
I'm with though.
I want to play that game, and I only because like I one time went over to a friend's house who had a PS1, and like I never really went to his house except this one time, and like one of his friends or his older cousins or something was like playing it, and I caught sight of it, and like I had never seen anything like it. Like, I don't even think I'd seen an RPG, so I was already confused about, like, what was going on, like, why there were menus in the battle, but then also it was, like, horror-themed, and I was like, what the fuck is this game? Then I found out years later, and I was like, it actually looks lit. So I'd love to give it a shot. It's apparently pretty short as far as RPGs go.
I'll be down for checking it out. So I'm already playing this game better than I ever did as a kid. Never blocked as a kid.
I mean, I imagine, like, when I was a kid, like, I was always in the mindset of just brute force is always the answer. And, like, you can still get away with that. Like, I mean, just now playing Tales of Phantasia, like, the only times I even considered using anything other than brute force was in, like, the hardest battles. But I was also playing it on, like, a lower difficulty. But, like, playing Final Fantasy X as an adult and actually trying to beat the final boss, like, it's funny how much you will learn about a game's systems when it actually decides to be challenging, like, sincerely. Because, like, you can coast through certain RPGs until like the end, and then all of a sudden the game like expects you to learn fucking everything to beat the final boss. Like, not just to go and like grind and like have all the materials you need, but also to like know how to use all of them, like plan every single move carefully. The final boss in Final Fantasy X is a fucking bitch. He is not easy. But like, for instance, if you don't learn how to use haste in Final Fantasy X, you will not beat the game. Like, you need to be using haste and Hastega. Like, it is not possible without it.
It's like in Xenosaga, like the boost system, which I never used as a kid.
Water is literally the best tasting drink. You get bored of other beverages. You never get bored of water. I feel the opposite. Water doesn't really taste like anything, and it bloats you really easily. Keyblade says, well, despite my hatred for working with code, I'm currently working on a ROM hack to fix Parasite Eve's garbage English translation. Well, then it sounds like I shouldn't play it until after you do that. What's with the thing around the microphone? It's like a sound insulation thing. Basically, I've got two microphones, one that's on an arm and one that I attach to this thing and I can't get off of it. And previously, we'd just been switching the mic arm up and down the stairs, and that became a pain in the ass. So I just brought this thing up. And it's genius, because it's going to shield a lot of that TV noise. Like, the TV noise would be way worse, probably, if not for this thing being there, so... Digi with the casual strats for Final Fantasy X. I mean, I'm not going to explain all the strats. I'm just saying that, like, you need, like, when I say, like, you need to know haste, like, what I mean by that is you cannot brute force the game. You cannot just use attack and high-level spells and win. You have to, at minimum, be using haste constantly, be using all of your spells, be using, like, everything you can possibly do, if you want to win. Whereas, like, you know, a lot of games you can just fucking hit, like, just mash the X button all the way through and you'll win.
Yeah, I reached a new growth level. I feel so good. Some celebratory fake cheese.
You know, I'm surprised I haven't met anybody pretentious enough to insist on referring to the X button as the cross button.
Yeah, they're not friends of mine.
Yeah, I'm just surprised I haven't met anybody like that.
Someone in the chat said it or something.
Final Fantasy X strats are insane. Some guy on YouTube beat one of the strongest bonus bosses with everyone at level 1 just using farmed items. I believe that. You can do, that's one of the coolest things about the Tales of games is that, like, you can play it like a technical game, and, like, if you're good enough at using, if you're just good enough at doing the combat, like, you can fucking, you can beat, like, the highest level bosses at level 1 with one character. Like, look at, there's, like, a lot of videos of people beating, like, the secret boss in Tales of Symphonia with, like, just Lloyd at level 1. Just, like, get everybody else killed early into the game and then continue with your main guy.
I'm technically done with this quest line. I can finish it. But...
Digi, what you're explaining is why Shin Megami Tensei is the best RPG. I assume by that you mean that it requires you to do all kinds of shit. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily what I want from a game. Like, it was really cool eventually learning the systems of Final Fantasy X because they weren't so complex that it was like so difficult, but it was a fucking big pain in the ass. I spent like an entire day just trying to beat the final boss, having to constantly go back and like grind up to get more spells and then fucking learn the battle more and more. Whereas again with Tales of Phantasia just now, my first attempt at the final boss, I got stomped because I had no items and like no TP with the main character. So I had to run all the way back through the final dungeon, go to the shop, stock up on everything, go back to the final boss, and beat him handily with no issues at all. And it was pretty funny. Poland Spring is the best tasting water.
Agreed.
Agree.
We happen to be Poland Spring exclusive household. A bunch of people were like freaking out about the whole cross button idea, except for one guy who was like, "That's not pretentious. It's just correct."
Well, we found him.
I mean, that is what it's called in Japan. It's intended to be the cross button and the circle, but it's like Maru. Cause like in Japan, the circle means okay and the X means cancel. So like, but it's funny because when they bring these games to the West, they always reverse the two. But because I was playing Tales of Phantasia as an English patch Japanese game, I had to use circle for confirm on everything.
Is tic-tac-toe Japanese?
I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like it would be referenced more. Although there are several anime that... Well, maybe, no. They reference rock, paper, scissors more often. It would be actually really dope, and my dick would get real big if you played the first 20 minutes of Parasite Eve normally, then switched to my edit. I'm not much of a writer, but I'm a kick-ass editor. Why can't we use your edit from the start?
It's because the first 20
Is this
minutes
girl?
were okay.
Are you flirting with this girl right now? I'm hearing some like nostalgic music and shit.
She's just we're just reminiscing about our past.
I thought you had amnesia in this game.
We're about to get teleported to the alternate reality where we start forgetting all this shit.
That tells me just how long it has been since I played this, because I couldn't, like, my memories at the start of the game were just a jumbled mess of bright, beautiful backgrounds.
Married. See? We're fucking.
Okay.
She's already assuming we're gonna get married and shit.
This girl's cute AF.
Yeah. She is a party member. You can get her at some point.
Oh, excellent.
I think she fights with a pan. I could be remembering incorrectly, though.
I would look at dojins of this girl.
Gotta be nice to my wife.
Are there any RPGs for Switch right now? I think it's pretty much just Octopath Traveler.
Undertale.
Under Meme. You can get the Under Meme.
You haven't played it yet.
Apparently in the Sly games they refer to it as the cross button.
Hilarious.
What are you guys playing this game on? A PlayStation 3.
Oh yeah, cutscene time.
Oh shit, FMVs. Water looks really good. This game's from 1999 and the water clowns on any modern anime water.
I mean, water is a pretty important part of this game, so I figured they probably would try and get it right.
Yeah.
You got fucked good. Fucked by water.
They came so hard he fell face first.
I mean, we've all been there.
It's true.
He just finished No Nut November.
I hate Japanese games that put X in the title and pronounce it as Cross. Yeah, well, that's what Tales of Phantasia Cross does, which is the PSP version of Tales of Phantasia.
So do you not remember anything about this part of the game then?
I mean, I remember now, as soon as you told me that, like, I remembered having amnesia, but I forgot that it was because you, like, teleport to another version.
It's not even so much that you have amnesia, it's that the town doesn't know who you are because in this world you died years ago. So you go to your own grave and shit. It's pretty fucked. Spoilers for the next 2 minutes of the game. As a kid, I wanted to draw like this so bad. I was like, man, this art style is the shit. How the overworld theme's different too.
You get her if you refuse kids help 3 times when you first meet.
Yeah, but kid's so good. That's why I never got her on my path.
Valkyria Chronicles 1 and 4 are on Switch? What? Oh no, Valkyria. I was thinking Valkyrie Profile for a second. I was like, what? No, Valkyria Chronicles, which I don't care about. Did you get any farther in Tales, did you? I beat it. I missed that earlier. Literally right before we started the stream. Speaking of, I haven't heard Digi or Tom's opinion on Undertale. Well, I mean, if you want to hear my opinion, just go watch the first episode of the PCP, because it was about Undertale. Tom was not on the show yet, though.
Yeah.
Have you ever talked about your opinion of Undertale, except for just to say that it is, like, your favorite game?
No, but, like, what else do you need to know? It's, like, one of my favorite games.
Yeah, it's one of Tom's, like, top guys. I mean, you can hear his opinion on Deltarune at a lot of extent in the playthrough we did.
True. Poke.
Speaking of hot fictional girls, just started watching Eureka 7 and I'm surprised I've never seen Talho hentai before. Bitch is hot. I've seen Talho hentai before.
You
but
probably
like,
look more than most people, though.
Eureka 7 was not, like, big with the, like, otaku crowd. Like, the kind of people who would have made porn of the characters. Like,
What a shame.
it was more of a
So, dude, I just want to... Okay.
blockbuster
I
kind
know,
of.
I don't know you're not... I know you're not really paying attention to the game right now.
Yeah.
But, like, the thing that's so good about this game is that they have little quality of life things. Like, every time you finish a battle, it's like, oh, your party's injured. Do you want to heal? It's like, heal using only spells. Heal using consumable items, or don't heal. So you can instantly get your party healed up after a hard fight without having to go and manually do it. And it's just...
It's very neat. There's always weird little things like that in RPGs that I always wonder why they don't get copied. Like, for instance, in Earthbound, there's the mechanic where if an enemy is a significantly lower level than you, it will just skip the battle and just say you won. Like, if the enemy is so lower level that, like, there's no way they would have won, then, like, you know, if it's a random encounter, it'll just be like, oh, you win. And every game should have that.
Agreed.
Literally every RPG should have that. Just popping in to let you know that all of Europe hates you for the late night streams. I set these at 6 o'clock for Europe. Because, like, this is early for us.
Unless he's talking about tomorrow.
No, he means this, I think.
Well, stop living in Europe, you fucking
Yeah,
retard.
I mean, like, what? It's only like 11 when we start this there, right? I figure people stay up past 11.
When you go to school tomorrow, be a little fucking baby, be a fucking little bitch.
I didn't go to bed that early when I had school.
Lewis, this is such a great little feature.
Oh, that is neat.
It's so good. This game's the best.
It's really pleasant and comfy. I think this game is on the comfy games list from V.
The only thing I don't like about the presentation right now is my FPS horror. It's just like...
Apparently Persona 5 has a similar healing feature.
Good. I'm glad somebody fucking decided to roll with it.
What does one do if they're not interested in creating art, but also don't want to do normal work? Is neathood my only option for enjoying life? Get into money trading. Just get into, like, stocks. Learn how to just move money around.
I mean, you should just do what Gary Vee says and just flip things. He goes
That's kind of what I meant by
he goes to
money
garage sales. He buys things like he has a series called Trash Talk. It teaches you how to do all of it. What he just did recently is he bought a huge box of like a couple hundred Hot Wheels cars for $40. One of the cars alone already sold for $40. So he's probably gonna make like close to like $1,000 off that. It's like a grand pure profit. And he does that all the time.
Yeah, flip stuff. You can always just flip tickets, just like if you want to be a real piece of shit and you want me to hate you forever, just look at any show that's like coming up, buy tickets for it immediately and resell them like a week before the show for like twice the price or 3 times the price. The world of flipping, like, I mean, just investment in general, like, the only reason that normal people don't invest anything is either that they don't understand how or they can't afford to, because you need your money in the moment. But if you can afford to, like, you have money that you don't really need to spend anytime soon, put it into a system where it will either collect interest or where you can just buy things and resell them for more. Such as stocks, which is that's what stock trading is, but like there's more of a gambling aspect to it because you can't guarantee like what's gonna do well. Whoa, is this the world map?
Yeah.
This is fascinating that you can like free roam.
Yeah. You also, I don't know.
It's really, I've never seen a world map like this before.
This is a similar world map in Chrono Trigger.
No, not like this. Not like where it's super panned out, like where the world is so small and you're so big.
I believe Chrono Trigger had it like this too.
It's a little similar.
Also, the interesting thing is now that we're in
it looks just like the island from Donkey Kong Country. Sorry. What?
Now that we're in the other dimension, has a different overworld theme.
Oh, neat.
It's fucking cool. Alright, I'm back home and nobody knows who I am.
Jalen Harris sent $1 and said, "Did you sing 'Wake Me Up Inside' for old time's sake?" Wasn't that like last stream?
We did do that last stream.
Wake me up inside.
I can't wake up!
Wake me up inside.
Save me!
Save me from the nothing I've been.
Just call my name and save me from the dark. Come on, man.
Oh, fucking
Know the
give a
lyrics.
shit.
Oh, my wife doesn't even know who I am.
Oh, so she's in this universe. So like all the people are the same. You're
They
just in a
have no
different
idea
timeline.
who I am. Yeah.
That's right. It's a parallel dimensions thing.
Because in this timeline, I died years ago.
Going to sleep early is a meme that needs to die. I have such a low energy lifestyle that on some days I don't even need to sleep at all, and I'm still good during the day. Okay. I have a pretty low energy lifestyle, and I still manage to need a lot of sleep. Yeah, stay up late, kids. You're supposed to sleep at school. Agreed. That's how I made it through high school. I slept through so many fucking classes in high school. I would say I probably slept through like at least 20 to 25% of my classes in 11th and 12th grade.
School's gay.
And I still graduated.
My mom's dead too. Get fucked.
Captain Wiggle Muncher says, can't sleep at work though, especially when you work standing up. That just sounds like a skill you gotta develop, dude. Jalen Harris, I fucking hate this music. How? The music is so good in this game.
This is...
I'm not sure which music he's referring to, but I don't know how one can have that.
I hope he's talking about Evanescence.
Ugu Games sent $2, said good morning, Games.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hello, gozaimasu. All my friends are normie bastards and I have nowhere to go but here. I feel you, dude. I feel you.
My wife
That's
doesn't
how I
know
made.
who I
That's
am.
why all my friends are YouTubers, because I was in that position.
Yeah.
But since I was also a YouTuber, it meant that I had the right to talk to them, because that's how it works.
Pretty much.
Game recognized game. No, it's not games. 9% amusement tax in Chicago. That definitely is not games. What the fuck is an amusement tax?
You buy a game, you have to pay 9%.
What? What?
Is that on top of regular sales tax?
That would be the sales tax, right?
I have no idea. I need more information.
I don't know.
That is disgusting. Did you stop singing all these baby songs and try singing an Oxbow song? I don't know any of the lyrics to any Oxbow songs. I haven't listened to them enough. Jalen Harris says, last time my request is I can't make it on my own. But we did, in fact, sing Evanescence as well last stream. We sang both. I remember.
Oh, I had a fireball this whole time.
Weren't you making a video about that indie game? I was. Not only did somebody beat me to it, but I just like, I did not feel motivated to finish that game, and I thought it would be a better idea to do Tails. And then I beat Tails, and now I'm
what
going to do
game?
that. Crosscode.
You're not doing crosscode anymore? You're done?
I mean, I'm not like done, but like, Tails just seemed like a way better idea. And part of the problem is that like I put Crosscode on hold for too long, and I wasn't taking notes when I played it. Because, like, at first I didn't anticipate that I was going to do a thing on it, and I thought that it would be more, like, consistent. Like, the game changes a lot as it goes along, and so, like, all this stuff that I was, like, thinking about early in the game was not relevant by a certain point, and so, like, I don't really remember. Like, I remember having shitloads of stuff I wanted to talk about the early game, and I don't remember what a lot of that stuff was. So, like, I already feel like I'd have to play it again just to fucking...
to it as that indie game. I don't think anybody gives a shit about the video.
There's also that, like, I mean, I would love to cover it because it's, like, totally my type of game, but at the same time, it's, like, a little too long for me. Like, I put 35 hours in or something like that, and I still felt like it was going to take, like, 10 more hours to beat it, and I was like...
Well...
It's a lot.
We're just as dead as your video, apparently.
Oh, Jesus. We died at 7. Nobody can take anything away from him. There's no takeaway from this dead kid.
I wish I died when I was 7.
Damn. Mark over there on the suicide watch.
Whoa, look at this dude.
It's not suicidal.
Digi, I'm offended that you called us all autistic last stream. Too bad.
Lol.
Veggie Subs asks, but is he wrong? No, I'm not. Oh shit, it's the hot girl. I'd look at dojins of her. In fact, I may have before. I'm almost certain that in the small time I played this game, I did look her up on at least Gelboru. I'm having like a psychic mind flashback to that.
Look up every character on Gelboru, so...
If they're hot.
Yeah.
I haven't looked up any Tales of Fantasia characters yet.
Do you think any of them are hot?
None of them are particularly hot, but the girl who I named Digipro, Arche, I think. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce her name. The pink-haired girl. Just the fact that she has canonically fucked makes me want to look at pictures of her getting fucked. Because, like, it's revealed at one point. There's a part in Tales of Fantasia where you have to meet a unicorn, and he will only talk to a pure maiden. And both of the girls in your party, like, go into the forest to, like, go meet her, but then the other, like, the pink-haired girl, like, runs off. She's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't be here. And then, like, it's revealed that she had a boyfriend at some point, and she's like, yeah, I'm definitely not a pure maiden. And I was like, hell yeah. It's also kind of implied that she's, like, underage, too, which is hilarious. Because, like, usually she's always trying to flirt with people, and they're always calling her kid. But I don't know if that's just because she's flat-chested. Like, I can't tell if she's supposed to actually be, like, young, or if they're just making fun of her flat chest. It's kind of unclear.
It's both.
It probably is both. Digi, how much to get you to play Crash Bandicoot again? I mean, there's just no time right now, but maybe eventually I'll put that up for sale. If I have the free time to play Crash Bandicoot, I will offer, put some kind of offer on the table. Not Tom, but you specifically. Yeah, I would need the time. Unless you're gonna, like, front my rent for the month, then I'll play it right now. Like, if you want to pay me, like, if you want to pay me $1,000, I'll do it, like, right away. I'm, like, terrified that would become real, because this is Jalen Harris who's asking, so I'm like, what if he actually has $1,000 and I'm gonna have to play fucking...
It'd be worth it.
It would be worth it, but it would be like I have to change all my life plans. I can't even do it immediately, because I'm leaving tomorrow to go, like, I'm gonna be gone for the weekend, so,
I don't know what the inverse of all these element colors are, so can't really fight effectively. Got 'em.
Name an anime with better character designs than Alien 9 in which Yoshitoshi Abe was not involved. I mean, you have very particular tastes, so I don't know how to do that. Are you a fan of Rangy Murata? Are you a fan of... let me try to think. What anime do I think has the best character designs? I love Kashern Sins. Although I don't know if I'd Heartcatch Precure. Higurashi. I'm a big fan of the character designs in that, and Ichigo Marshmallow. Kill la, kill la, kill la, kill la, kill la, kill la, kill.
How do you feel about the character designs in Gridman?
Gridman? I haven't watched it yet.
You've seen the character design.
Yeah, but I haven't, like, seen how they look in the show. Because there's a big difference between seeing, like, fan art of their asses.
I'm just talking about, like, you haven't seen screen caps or anything?
They just look like generic anime characters to me. Like, they look like nothing to me.
I was just asking your particular opinion. I don't think they're particularly, like, amazing. They're,
Yeah.
not bad.
I haven't, like, processed them. Like, they've gone in one eye and out the other. So I guess I probably have no opinion. Like, I have probably a low opinion of them.
I mean, you gotta, like, see their personalities, too. Like,
Like, the only memory I can conjure of Gridman is the picture of their asses that Naino used as that thumbnail in that video. It is the only image I can remember having seen of them.
I mean, honestly, I can only, like, picture, like, too thick fan art. Like,
yeah.
yeah. And I'm getting a little grossed out.
Oh, boy. Hey, you did it.
Fucked him up good.
Would you consider that, like, a mini-boss?
Probably.
Jalen says, I definitely wasn't expecting $1,000. I was about to send you 100 if you asked for 100, but 1,000, ask Toya. Yeah, I mean, I can make $100 if I so desire. I cannot simply make $1,000 for doing, like, an afternoon's work, so... All of you motherfuckers saying how you hate your normie friends don't even begin to understand the caliber of normies we have outside of the U.S. Most people here exclusively know British pop culture, and that is gay. Yeah, that's what we call the people of the land. That's my new racist term for people outside of America that I just decided on. It's a Log Horizon reference. Because in Log Horizon, the NPCs literally, the
it's
literal...
Like people of color. People of the land.
The literal NPCs are called the people of the land, and, like, they are just a metaphor for the third world. They're just a metaphor for anything outside of the first world, and, like, you know, like, they are also used as, like, a racism parable at times, but I'm now going to co-opt it to mean anybody who lives in a shit country and has no personality because of it. I have seen nothing of Gridman except fan art of those two thoughts over and over again. Exactly, that's all I've seen. But even then, I can't, like, all I remember is just, like, how their asses look in the fan art. So it's like, I know they don't look like that in the show. Unless they do. People are into my People of the Land thing. People of the Land sounds like a Makoto Shinkai movie, which is exceedingly normie. That's fucking great. I agree. All Polish people are literally people of the land.
Or drunk.
I don't know if he meant that, like, the word Polish means that, or... I can't tell, because he said literally, and then he capitalized every word of people of the land, which made me think he was saying, like, it stands for that. Polish people of land. Pol/Pol.
Wow.
I think I'm cracking a conspiracy here.
Whoa.
I think I'm cracking the doors open.
You just cracked.
Ninja Jeff says, to me, all of you are huge normal fags because you guys all have and use Discord, and social interaction is the most norm thing there is. I only use Discord for work, okay? I don't use it for I don't use it to get social interaction. Catch me on Discord. Would Digi fuck Alexis Texas? I don't know who that is.
Would you fuck Texas toast?
I would fuck with some Texas toast right now. No, man. Ooh, Mark.
You better not ask what I think you're about to ask.
If you would preheat the oven?
I knew you were
The
gonna ask
toaster
that
oven?
shit. I'm not your girlfriend.
Well, can you ask May to preheat the toaster oven?
You want me to summon her?
Yeah, you can do that, right? Don't you have those circles? You got, like, the glove where you can, you know what I'm talking about?
You want to eat your fucking...
You know, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Chicken cordon bleu on street.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
The glove with the circle. Full Metal Alchemist. I'm making a reference to how Ed has a transmutation circle on his glove.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't transmute without a circle because he saw the gate.
But he has circles on his gloves.
No, he doesn't. They're not for anything. They're just designed. He doesn't need the circles. Roy has the symbol on his glove so he can do the flame alchemy without a circle because he never saw the gate.
Shit.
Nigga! Get on my level,
bitch!
bitch!
The gate wasn't even a thing in the original show. Was it?
I don't think so. I don't think I got to that point.
I'm pretty sure in the original show he just had them on his hands and that's why he could do it.
No, he just could do it because he was a prodigy.
Somebody's gonna have to answer this in the chat here.
Yeah, someone needs to,
I know there's a lot of people who've seen more fucking FMA than me. When I was doing the thing, everyone was just like, what the fuck is Digi high on? Like, what is he doing? Oh boy, sometimes I forget I'm in front of an audience. The circle was on his automail. Ed does not have circles, you dumb fuck. But why does he have he has a symbol on his glove at the very least, right?
I don't think there's a symbol on his glove. If there's a symbol, I don't think it's a transmutation circle. I think it's just like the fucking symbol he wears on everything. The whole point is he doesn't need a circle.
You're a fucking circle.
Wow, he doesn't have it.
Oh no.
Looking at pictures.
Oh no.
Why did I think this? I mean, I guess just because Roy does have a symbol on his glove, so I probably just fucking remembered it that way. This music makes me fucking wet in my fucking fictional pussy.
Your gooch.
I actually feel it in my gooch. Unironically.
I don't know if we have to go to 100 marshes. We need to go to turn.
ITT Tom knows more about anime than Digi.
I was 1 out of like 10.
Full Metal Alchemist is normie shit. Not to say that I don't like it, but it is normie shit. Digi commit Sudoku to retain your honor. Can do. In the last episode of Gridman, one of the girls was so skinny you could see her hip bones. It was terrible. That sounds great.
That's normal.
What's wrong with that? Did you what happened to 1 million subs by 2019? I gave up. I lost interest.
If any real girl had the dimensions of an anime girl, you'd be able to see like all of their ribs, all of their hips, their spine. Like,
Yeah. They'd be gross.
I don't even know if that's necessarily gross.
If you can see like literally everything, like if you could see
No, you would at least be able to like see like you'd be able to see it a little bit.
Yeah. I'm really happy to see a lot of people like coming over various aspects of this game, like the character portraits and the menus and like the fucking.
It's good shit. I don't remember how to get
This fucking song though, it's like, ooh, a tasty fucking morsel.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong to actually be a normie. I disagree. I used to meme that, like, I thought, like, oh, norminess is great, but, like, being a normie is probably great for you if you are one, but, like, normies fill me with rage and disgust, because they create all the problems. Like, anything that's a problem in the world is the result of norms. Norms are all of the problems. I'm talking levels of normie, like Game of Thrones is gay because dragons while watching some gay-ass reality TV. There's no way there's anyone that normie. You can't be so normie that you reject Game of Thrones. Not in 2018. Like, what would you... Like, that's going so far that you're, like, a non-normie all over again. Like, Game of Thrones is normie shit. So, like, if you're at the point where you're like, oh, I don't even watch Game of Thrones because, like, dragons are gay, you're, like, beyond, you're past normie.
Like the average level of evolved human, and if you go back a little bit, they'd probably like reality over Game of Thrones, and if you go higher, it's like anime over Game of Thrones.
Yeah, exactly. Anime is the most evolved form of thought, is what you're telling me right now.
Like, I think the
current
current level of evolution is people who like Game of Thrones. But, like, if you're, like, not at the current level, it's fine, because society was built to, like, handle you.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't disagree at all. Oh, boy. And the laws of normie fold in on themselves.
You know what another great quality of life thing about this game is?
What?
If you start talking to an NPC and you're bored, you just walk away.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like this guy, like, fuck it, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
That's great. Normies are just a product of their environment, though. Killing all normies with a Thanos glove would change nothing. The next generation would be normies, too, if they lived by the same rules and dynamics.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You have to
I never said anything about killing all the normies, by the way.
It's implied.
I met a normie girl a few months ago, and I just said it was interesting seeing North Korea at the Olympics, and she just jumped in and talked about how they're crazy and hate America. That sounds like a normie thing to do. Oh my god, like, they're crazy. They don't even like America. Bitch, I don't even like America.
I go to the Hydra Marshes.
But one of the best things that I can say about America is that, for good or ill, I can function here. And there's not many social political systems where someone like me could...
What are you, gay?
Have I made it through this quote? Did I say enough? It's a Hunter Thompson quote.
I still haven't saved.
From Freak Power, my song. That's where it's from. Hunter Thompson recorded it for me before he died.
It's poisonous.
What is a show that is so not normie that it is normie to say that you watch it? What?
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. I guess that somehow that makes sense. I didn't even know what the fuck the question meant, but that makes sense to me. Anime is the peak of human evolution, autism, and society. Yeah, pretty much. CM398 throwing in anime and toku as the highest forms of entertainment, because he's got to get his big cum, you know.
Agreed.
Did you make it sound as though autists aren't just as disgusting as normies? They are, but for different reasons. But I'm just saying, if I was likely to meet somebody who I could hold a conversation with, they're probably an autist and not a normie. But consider an even more evolved level of thought. Gamers? No. Games. Gamers are old hat. Gamers, there are people who call themselves gamers who just play fucking Assassin's Creed. Games.
You gotta be games.
You gotta be games. You have to be so far beyond just playing games that you fucking are games.
It's because gamers like that, they don't play games, they play live services.
You fucking...
Did you see what Nate tweeted a couple hours ago about
No.
Square?
Oh no.
Square said they're gonna have subscription models for all their non-MMOs from now on.
Oh boy. Well, you know, I gained some perspective recently on like why it is that I think Square is so fucked. And it's because they're
not games.
Their entire corporate model is based on like an era that is gone, and they haven't figured out how the fuck to like Like, they want to be who they were in a world where it no longer makes sense to be who they were.
I don't think they want to be who they were.
I mean, they want to... Let me explain what I mean. So, I was doing research on the best-selling JRPG franchises. And, the highest selling is Pokemon with 300 million copies sold. The second highest is Final Fantasy with like 175 million sold. Then you got Dragon Quest with like 90 million. Monster Hunter with 50 million. Kingdom Hearts with 30 million. I think there was another one in there. And then Tales with 16 million. This is whole franchises. So Tales is like the 6th highest selling RPG franchise. The 3rd highest if we're only talking about like traditional epic fantasy RPGs. And it's like less than a tenth of what Final Fantasy has sold. So Final Fantasy at a time just had such an insane advertising budget. And it's because it had the brand recognition, and at a certain point, like, it didn't used to be that making games was nearly as expensive as it is now. So if we're saying that, like, let's say Final Fantasy VII, probably the game budget would have been high for the time, but, like, the amount it was selling would like, justify having a way larger budget than how much it cost to make the game, right? So that means all that extra money can be poured into advertising. So, like, you can have a game that you know, like, you can still make a profit off of just producing the best possible thing for the time and pouring shit tons of advertising into it. But if the benchmark keeps moving up, and eventually the game itself costs as much as that advertising budget, then making a profit is way the fuck harder. And so, whereas literally every other RPG franchise just scaled back production costs and said, fuck it, JRPGs are not going to be cutting edge, Square keeps insisting on making cutting edge RPGs, but they can't afford it. Like, nobody could. So, like, the only way they can afford it is to make, like, shit tons of DLC and re-releases and season passes and, like, hope that the hardcore fans will pay for that. But, like, the product isn't there because all the people who made their old games great are gone. So, like, the whole company is just a clusterfuck, but the brand recognition of the words Final Fantasy is so fucking strong that they still haven't fallen apart somehow. You know, and Kingdom Hearts was the other one that sold more than Tales. That was the... Wait, I already said that. I said Kingdom Hearts at 30 million or something like that. So, yeah, it's like... I really think that's why like, everybody just needs to recognize that Square Enix right now is, like, primarily a decent publisher. Well, I mean, they even fail as a publisher because they over budget everything. Like, they seem to refuse to just, like, sell a smaller product. And I don't know why. Because, like, if they're like, failing on the insane, like, you know, they do sell like crazy and still manage to not make the money back. So it's just like, their whole business model is fucking warped. And I don't know what the hell is going through the company's heads. Anyway. That's your mansplaining for today.
Giving up on Square. That should we all.
Yeah. Let's talk about the character portraits, because most modern JRPGs fuck them up. They do the visual novel style, where it shows the whole body of a character, even though only the facial expressions change between lines. This game has that good, clean, just face in a box look, which lets you focus on the backgrounds more. Good point. It's because, well, I mean, the reason they do it is so that you can look at the girl's tits. Like, that's why they show the full character portrait. Digi should copy Fantano Let's Argue series, but for anime it's guaranteed views. Probably not a bad idea. Would you go on Asterios Kokono's Waifu Wars shows? I was supposed to be on it, but then when the lawsuit thing happened, he had canceled it. But then he reinstated it, and he never contacted me again. And I think it's just because he's friends with Mumkey and probably, like, doesn't want... Like, I don't know what kind of things Mumkey's told him about me, but I don't think he wants to work with me. Lane is the normiest non-normie show. A lot of normies like it as a flag to announce that they're not normies, but I'm on their shit. I know their game. I'm on their normie pretending not to be normie game. I think you're overthinking it. I don't think normies like Lane. I've never met a normie who likes Lane. Or heard of it. I would say it's more like Lane is the calling card. Like, it's just that, like, everyone who's a non-normie says they like Lane, even if they don't get it. Like, I don't think it makes you a normie to not get Lane. I think it's just that everybody who, like, knows that they're weird wants to say they like it, so because they feel like they're supposed to. Like, oh shit, I'm weird, I have to like Lane. But, like, I don't understand what the fuck is happening, or I'm not interested. I could see that being the case. Yeah, apparently Monkey is convinced Asterios and Sriracha that I'm a hypocrite regarding free speech for kicking Monkey but condemning Patreon's no porn ruling. I don't see how kicking Monkey was a free speech issue in any way. Anybody who says that's a fucking memeing retard. Also, Asterios thinks Lolly equals pedo and refuses to argue about it. That also doesn't surprise me. Asterios is a fat old piece of shit, so he can get fucked.
Whoa. Look at this thing.
I know you're not as into the Dick show currently, but are you and Dick still on good terms? As far as I know, we are. I have actually been... I've listened to the last, like, 10 Dick shows in the last 3 days while I was playing through Tales of Phantasia, so I am kind of caught up. Did Jeff leave the PCP himself, or was he kicked, and why? He was kicked for inactivity. He literally was, like, never around at all. So we were just like...
Wasn't even... I wouldn't say he was kicked. It's more like we brought it up, and he was like, yeah, I don't really
well,
care
I mean,
anymore.
we actively removed him. There was, like, a vote. There was, like, a whole drama around the vote. We eventually came to a decision that if he didn't show up within a week's time, then we would kick him. And then I waited like 4 days and I just did it. He didn't notice for like another 3 days. Did you got any new videos or series planned? I don't know if you talked about it already. I got a Log Horizon series coming and a Tales of series coming. So those are the plans. Did you, where's Devu? He hasn't been on the PCP in so long. He's been making his game in between doing work for me. I fell off Log Horizon when the whole moon and female alt thing bogged down the show. Is it really worth watching past that point? I mean, you were like towards the end of season 2, weren't you? I don't know what you mean by it bogging the show down. I had no... All those things just seemed like regular new information like any other to me. So after both Jeff and Mumkey, are you guys turned off of adding anyone to the PCP ever again? Pretty much. It's not likely going to happen ever again. I mean, the PCP as a concept is like held together by shoestrings at this point. Like, it's basically, it's like, you know, it's just like a podcast with this certain group of people, and it will be until, you know, like if anyone were to leave, it would be because they were not interested anymore, and I don't think anyone is interested in adding more people to it. There's already fucking 9 of us, you know.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary in the first place, but I think there was just like a conception of this idea that like you could like, oh, we'll like if anybody knows all of us and seems like a fine addition, we'll add them in. But it's like, it's a friend group. You don't just add people in. And like, that was kind of the mistake we made.
You mean to say it's a podcast like built on relationships that you have with people built over the years, not it's a friend group. We don't add people.
Well, I mean to say that like we like yeah, it was like a group of friends who created a chat, and then a podcast was run through that chat. But then when we tried to add people to the group, it's like we're adding them to the chat and the podcast, but the whole conceit of it is that it's just a group of friends who created a chat that became a podcast. So like, you can't just add a new person into a group of friends and expect that to just make sense, you know, like, granted, like, in Mumkey's case, it was like everybody had worked with him, so it kind of made sense, but it wasn't that we were, like, friends with him, you know? Like, I think there's a difference between... We kind of had the mindset back then that it was like, if someone's worked with all of us, then clearly they should be in the group, but, like... You know, it's not necessarily so straightforward. Anyway, people, stop asking me about the fucking PCP. Jesus Christ. I don't want to get mired in past drama in the middle of the comfy stream. Listen to this fucking comfy ass music. I tried Log Horizon for 2 episodes. Does it get better after that? Yes, but I mean... I don't get people not liking the first episodes of Log Horizon. Like, I've argued that the show gets better after the first arc, but, like, I enjoyed it from episode 1, so, you know, I don't really believe in this meme of, like, a show necessarily being better later. My friend just watched Ava and End of Ava the other day. He said his whole life is different now. Thoughts on the life-altering power of Ava? That happened to me when I was 14. Please do a music episode on the PCP and have Zen as a guest. That could be cool. I don't know if anybody other than me gives a fuck about music on the PCP. I guess Hippo, but he only listens to like 70s dad rock. Are you going to do the next SAO weekly? Oh, I just don't know what to say about it. I watched the episode. It's just people standing around fucking talking like usual. So did you like the episodes of The Dick Show you listened to overall? Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's The Dick Show. It's like... There's basically no one on Earth that I see more eye to eye with than Dick Masterson. So listening to the show has always been... It's not so much about, like, whether or not individual episodes are, like, particularly great or not. It's just, like, having my inner voice reinvigorated and strengthened and, like, remembering how and why I feel the ways I do by listening to someone who, like, feels so much of the same. Like, the like, total dismissal of the system as it stands, like hatred of school and voting and like anything that like that is the way it is, and like just the overall attitude. Dick's taught me a lot about how to like maintain a sense of self and to not be like ashamed of myself, or to like just how to like sort of bend the world to your will, like to recognize like this world has fucked me, so I'm going to fuck it back, and to not be afraid of that, you know? Because like I grew up like a total goody two-shoes. I grew up like a kid who never did anything wrong, and I just listened to rules and just did what I was told, even though my parents themselves, it's weird because they're kind of off-kilter people. Like, they're very like, be who you want to be yourself, like, don't listen to the fucking crowd, like, you know, but at the same time, they're both like total rule followers and very paranoid about breaking any rules. Like, my parents do not like to break the law. They do not like to, except when it happens to be something they like to do. Like, my mom smokes hella pot. It's not legal where, well, it is now that she's in California, but, like, it wasn't. And, like, my dad fucking buys all these, like, illegal CDs out of the back of a car and shit. Like, they both do illegal things, but, like, stuff that they just happen to not register that way, you know? Or, like, things that are socially disagreeable, but they don't necessarily see it that way. But anything beyond that they do see as socially disagreeable, they won't do. And so, like, my mindset was very much the same. Even though even though I'm a guy who goes out in pajama pants and, like...
Do you think if you knew your mom smoked a ton of pot when you were a kid, you would have been more rebellious, or, like...
Probably, a little bit. I wouldn't have been afraid to smoke pot. Like, I didn't find out my mom was a big stoner until, like, yeah, when I was in, like, my late teens, and, like, Vic and Shade figured it out because they started smelling it. And then, like, my mom, like, told me. She had, like, a big... When me and her were going to college together, there was a time we, like, sat in like, a cafeteria at the mall. And, like, she just, like, mind dumped everything about, like, her history of iniquity, basically. And I was just, like... I felt like I could have used this 5 years ago, was how I felt at the time. And, like, it was just a weird feeling that, like, I had been raised in such a way... Like, me and Victor made a pact to not swear until we were 18. And, like, I broke that pact. I swore at school all the time, but I wouldn't swear in front of him. He straight up did not swear until he turned 18. Neither did Shade. So, like, that's the level we were on. Like, not even swearing, which is not even, like, a crime, you know?
I don't believe that they didn't swear until they were
They did not
18.
swear at all. I was with Victor at school. He wouldn't swear.
I believe that Victor didn't.
Yeah.
I don't buy that Shade didn't.
I wouldn't be surprised if he swore at school and,
He's
like,
a
not in front of
gamer.
us. But, like...
He's fucking probably swearing on his Minecraft servers.
No. I would have heard it, because I was always in his room. And both of them were super awkward, and they finally did start swearing. Like, when they turned 18 and they started, it was like, they were really bad. Oh, my parents swear fucking constantly. But, like, I mean, the thing is, we just used substitute words. Like, we said, what the frick, you frickin', or you like, you freaking idiot, you freaking, like, we constantly used fake swears that, like, would get us in trouble at other kids' houses. Like, other kids' parents would be like, oh, you can't say freak, you know, and we'd be like, alright, like, we thought those kids were lame, you know.
You stinking parents.
Yeah, but, like...
It's really funny, because my cousin, Jaden, will, like, do that. He'd be like, you stinker, and it's
Yeah.
just like...
That's funny.
Even though I've heard this kid's curse, like, all the time. So
Right.
I
Like,
don't know, man.
but it was just, yeah, dude, what the frick? But yeah, like, I think that because of that mindset of just being, like, so afraid to break any rules, because, like, that's kind of what was projected onto us by our parents, but then, like, we were breaking rules nonetheless. Like, I was breaking social norms by dressing the way I did. I was, you know, like, downloading illegal shit online and, like, you know, doing, like, you know, it's not like I was just not breaking any rules at all. So, like, at some point I started to, like, wonder to myself, like, why do I hold myself to such a high, like, moral standard when no one's even watching and there's no consequences, and it's worse for myself, and society is wronging me actively every day. And, like, Dick helped me to, like, listening to Dick helped me to, like, start to think, like, yeah, okay, I should be taking advantage of what I can in this system, you know, like, if there's something I want to do and it's not gonna hurt anybody, but it goes against the rules, just do it. You know, like, and, like, even still, I don't, like, steal, for instance, even though I know there's no consequences of stealing from, like, Target, like...
I mean, there could be. But probably, if you know what you're doing, there won't be.
May stole thousands of dollars of material from Target, got banned for life, and then became a fucking, manager at that Target.
Yeah.
A Target that she was banned for life from for stealing thousands of dollars of makeup, and she became the manager.
Yeah.
There's no consequences for stealing from a place like that. You said
pretty
yourself
legendary.
that you watched people, like,
Oh,
walk
Target,
out
I
with
mean,
fucking televisions
The
and, like...
policy is, like, you make the person feel uncomfortable, but you can't do anything.
Right.
Like,
And, like,
somebody would do something, but usually they wouldn't do anything.
Like, I don't feel any moral obligation to pay for things from Target. I feel worse every time I actually buy something from Target.
You should, because you're ruining
Like, every
small
time
businesses.
I buy something from Target, I'm like, I know morally I should be stealing this, but I'm too much of a coward, you know?
Morally, you shouldn't be shopping at Target.
Right. Well, fair.
Target's
Everyone's
where the
talking
Walmart
about what a
is.
legend you are for the fucking for the stealing and becoming a.
Oh yeah,
pretty
me and my
god
sister
tier.
used to, like, take mad cosmetics. We used to, like, steal, like, the earbuds and we sell them on the bus for, like, $5 a pop, like the $20, like...
Look at all the. This is all the reaction to the hearing that. Everyone's just like, oh my god, Mark, what a god. What a legend. Gozaimark, Trickster God. Alpha as fuck. Seriously, how freaking legendary. I literally got arrested for stealing from Kroger. Don't believe this shit. Kroger's totally different from Target.
Like, I worked at a Target and was, like, upper management, and, like, you're not supposed to do anything. Because it was, like, in a mall, so it was, like, mall cops jurisdiction, so you had to, like, call mall security if something happened. And, like, there was AP, but there was just, like, one guy, and it was usually the fat guy who didn't do anything and just texted the whole time, like...
May is the real leader of the Phantom Thieves. Mark also worked at a Target?
Yeah. That's how I met May.
Yeah. We all met at Target.
Yeah,
we
the
all
same
worked at Target.
The same Target in hell. The
Yeah.
second layer.
I really appreciate that, like, all this conversation is happening and Tom is sincerely reading all the NPC dialogue like a real RPG gamer.
It's almost like I love this game or something.
It's pretty fucking delightful, dude. This game looks amazing. Like, look at this place! Look at that guy with the fucking skirt!
Dude, this song is so cool.
It's bouncy and fun. It's even got boing boing noises in it. What is that instrument called?
The spring.
My friend stole a fucking huge bong from right under a shopkeeper's nose. It was the most incredible display of misdirection ever, but no one will ever believe us.
Oh, here's the guy that we were talking about, who spawns the staff in people's chests.
Whoa. He's fucking Guile, dude. How does the Guile's theme go? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think of how Guile's theme actually goes, though. Who is Digi's Hollywood actress crush? I don't even know what actresses are, like, in existence right now. Like, any actress I would have had a crush on at a time when I could have is now old. Tom's soul has become formless and merged with the game.
Well, I gotta break into Viper Manor and I have multiple options. I can have this guy guide me there, or I can sneak in through a passageway in the forest. Could gain another party member, but I believe the way he takes you is more difficult because there's like falling rocks and shit. I'm trying to gear up first.
Digi, how's your stance on Another, considering that you're one of the few who liked Mayoiga's campiness? I didn't end up... I watched, like, the first episode of that, and it didn't seem like my kind of thing. I'm sure it's better than I thought it was gonna be, but, like... While I defend Mayoiga, I wasn't even the hugest fan of that, though I do owe it a rewatch, now that I actually know what it's about. Holy shit, this game seems dope. Why do gay Chrono Trigger fanboys shit on it? Because they're gay fanboys. And they're just mad because apparently, I guess in this game, like, it's revealed that, like, the characters from the original did not get a happy ending. So, like, people are, like, butthurt about that. Stupid reasons. The usual stupid reasons. No, thank you. I can't even make it through Tanoshine. I can't believe it's as good as Sumane. I don't know how you think so. I could give it another listen, but... Third track is the fucking best. I mean, I know there's like a couple of songs on there. The only songs on the newer Shinsei Kamate-chan albums that I ever like are the ones that are like were already released on YouTube on Noko's channel, and like the original YouTube version is always better than the one that's on the album anyways. Digi could literally leave Tom to stream by himself to play this game and that'd be fine. I agree. This game is so fucking comfy, you really don't need commentary. Did you? There's an anime movie drama that's literally called I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Have anime titles reached their peak? You know, when I first saw that title, I was like, I wonder if this is going to be like some crazy ass fucking YA like mad shit, but then it seemed like it's just like a hospital drama.
It's just a cancer cry porn.
Yeah, it just looked like a cry porn thing where like the title is just like edgy for the sake of getting people to click, you know? It's like a clickbait title for some fucking normie cry porn shit. Did you give me the strength to close this stream and go take a shit? Just get out your laptop, my dude.
Open it on mobile.
Yeah.
You'll never get out of the bathroom that way. Just sit on the toilet.
The Xbox Black Desert Online beta just launched today, and it triggers me so fucking much. It looks like someone took some fucking awesome models and then smeared Vaseline all over it. Why the fuck is it on Xbox? Did you guys listen to the MSI Guys album? No, I forgot. But I will do that when I remember.
Did you do anything fun for your birthday, Tom?
Played CHRONO CROSS.
Like, okay. That's
No.
pretty good.
I went to AAA and got my license renewed. Paid $50.
Sounds like you got fucked. That's good.
It's life.
The Wi-Fi doesn't reach to the bathroom strong enough for me to watch the video. That's unfortunate. Get that 4G going, dude.
Turn it up really loud.
Got any
with the
data?
door open.
Yeah, just fucking crank it. Get some Bluetooth headphones. Have you heard the band Machine Girl, not the movie? Don't think so. Are you guys going to play Fallout 76? I have no interest. Do you have any interest in Fallout? Didn't think
I liked
so.
Fallout 3. I don't want to play an MMO of Fallout. That sounds awful.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Tom, how was that Switch controller you got from Walmart? Was it any good?
It was alright. It worked pretty well. I didn't have any complaints.
Sounds good. This game is beautiful. Holy shit! I love, like, people keep saying like they turn to look at the screen for a second and they're like, "Oh my god!"
It's
like,
fucking
yeah,
great.
It's just that bright, verdant, like everything looks like a coral reef in this game.
Yeah.
And it's fucking drop dead gorgeous. This girl's got a fucking snake on her head.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Or
going
like
on.
coming out of her head. She's really hot.
Yeah.
I don't really like her body from what I can tell from this blurry ass character model, but her face is really
I'm
hot.
pretty sure everybody in this game that has a portrait is a playable character or an enemy.
That's excellent. I will 1000% love Machine Girl. Well, send me a link on the Discord. What do you guys use your laptop for? I can't think of a scenario where it'd be necessary and I wouldn't take a shit with the laptop, so not even that. Considering you already have a desktop, of course. Literally just for this. That's why I haven't bought this laptop off the top yet.
You've already used it for porn.
Well,
you defiled my notebook
it's only
with your
because
degenerate needs.
It's only because the computer in the bedroom doesn't seem to want to run video, and I don't know why yet, and I haven't looked into it. So I had to use the laptop instead. Fallout 1, 2, and New Vegas were the only good ones. Yeah, I know, normie opinion. That's not a normie opinion. That is, in fact, the opposite of a normie opinion. Like, it's a common opinion amongst the non-normie purveyors of Fallout. Like, no normie has played Fallout 1 or 2. Like, that shit is strictly for, like, hardcore computer game fucking WRPG nerds. Those games look so dense, I don't even, like, I look at it and I think that's too much for me. I can't comprehend that. I need anime games. Fallout 3 is bad and Tom should feel bad. I don't think Tom cares about his own enjoyment of that game. You probably don't even remember anything about it, do you?
I played a lot of it back in like 2011, and that's all I know.
This question is so, like, can't possibly be directed at me, so I'm gonna ask you. You ever masturbate to anime girls?
Sure.
Obviously.
Who doesn't?
How can you be into anime and not? Like,
Yeah.
We're all into anime for a reason. Like, if you tell me that you like anime and you don't masturbate to anime girls, first of all, I straight up don't believe you. And second of all, why? What would be the purpose? That's why I don't get people who aren't into fan service. I'm just like, what are you in this medium for? I need my screen to be full to the brim with HUDs and GUIs, and for all of them to have buttons which can be pressed and switches flipped that may or may not actually do anything. Yeah, I can't even, like, when I see all that shit, I'm just like, ah! There needs to legitimately be more discussion here about Gears of War. That shit is sick, and I wish I had the time to dive into the lore. I certainly don't care about the lore of Gears of War. I was a huge Gears of War fan back when it came out.
I played the first two. They were good.
Yeah, same.
I wanted to play 3, but my 360 died, and I never got another one.
Same. I have one now, but yeah, I loved the first. Well, like when the first game came out, first of all, like the destroyed beauty aesthetic, as they called it, was like mind fucking gasm. Now I think it looks like ass, but like cover shooters are easy, and that's why I fell in love with them. Like I love easy games, much of the same. Like Thomas talked about how. You're like, all the games you like are games that, like, the only reason they're hard is because, like, they just happen to be hard, but that's not what you like about them. I actively pursue games that are just easy. So, like, cover shooters, action RPGs, and the only games I like that are super hard are platformers, but only if they have, like, instant respawn, and I can just die over and over again, because it's not a test on my patience. So, yeah, like... I just like to play games that are, like, Gears of War is super easy, and it, like, easy, but you feel good. Like, when you get, like, headshots in Gears of War, it's extremely satisfying, but, like, it is not difficult. Anybody could do it, you know? But it makes you feel like, yeah, I'm a fucking badass. Zelda 1 is pretty hard, didn't you like that? I don't think Zelda 1's that hard. I did play it with the strategy guide, so, like, I didn't have to suffer, like, figuring out how to do shit. I have not played Hotline Miami because when I watch footage of people playing it, I can't understand what's happening. Generally, I avoid any game where when I look at footage of it and I don't know how it actually is played, then I usually just don't bother. How do you beat the Abyss Watchers in Dark Souls 3? Those are the guys who it's like, just kill them before more spawn. Always just kill them as fast as... I mean, the way I play Dark Souls is just fucking have the most leveled up sword and fucking smush everything in as fast as possible. So, like, it's always just a matter of run straight up to the guy and whack him as many times as you can.
Whoa, look at this guy.
You play Hotline Miami by making a plan and then forgetting it to improvise instead. It sounds about right. People are telling me I should play Hotline Miami a whole lot. I've considered it.
Every time I make a post about my game, everyone's like, go play Dust Force. I'm like, okay.
Dust Force? I have Dust Force on Steam, so you can play my... Just, like, I think I'm signed in on Steam on that computer still. I think I have it. Look at the list of it. Actually, I don't. Never mind. I have Dust and Elysian Tail, which sucks. I must have played my friend Don San's copy at a time when he was sharing his Steam with me.
There's so many options here. Holy shit.
So I'm talking about the later dungeons specifically. If you die, you go back to 3 hearts, and even if you don't have enough rupees for a potion, you have to grind for money or just keep bashing your head against the wall. I chose the latter and it was pretty hard. I would not be surprised if I played Zelda with save states. So I probably just reloaded my save state every time I died. Zelda 2, on the other hand, was too fucking hard, and I gave up pretty quickly. Roughly how long will this stream last? I need to plan my alcohol consumption accordingly. I don't know. We're 2 hours, 7 minutes in. I think I've got dinner being made right now, so I don't know if I'll want to keep going. Like, I figure we'll just end when that happens. Tom, I downloaded your game. How do I start it?
Run the index file, index.html. It'll open up in your browser. You can start playing.
Did you include a readme?
Yeah, there's an instructions.
Read the goddamn readme! It says readme!
Actually says instructions and controls in all capital letters.
Well, even more obvious then. Digi, what do you think of the Yakuza game series? I bought the first one because of the Your Next Favorite video by Hyperbit Hero. And I played a few hours of it and I really liked it, but the load times were like really crushing. And then they like the remake got announced like right after I had bought it, so I was kind of like, oh great, like I went out of my way to spend $20 on this game and now there's like a better remade version. And like at the time, for some reason I let myself buy into Hyperbit Hero and Gaming Brits bullshit where they were like, oh yeah man, super gay if you play the fucking remake before the original, like, you know, you won't really know the game. And I was like, yeah, that's true. But then, like, the remake came out, and, like, by all accounts, it seemed to just be a better version of the game. So I was like, well, fucking, now I feel played, you know? No, they're right, you're a pleb, Digi? About what? What was I being called a pleb? Oh, for the Yakuza thing. Would you say it's worth it to watch both versions of Versus? I didn't know there were two versions of it. That might explain... Because I remembered there being, like, a long-ass fucking exposition scene when I watched the movie the first time, and then when I rewatched it more recently, that scene didn't seem to be there. So whichever one doesn't have the long-ass exposition scene is the better one to watch, because the long-ass exposition scenes are dumb and boring. If I remember correctly. Damn, I love the perspective in this background. Yeah. I don't know if he means this one or the previous one. Unrelated to anything, but the Chinese are using AI to read the news instead of a news anchor. We're officially entering cyberpunk era.
Sick.
Most cyberpunk tends to be set in like Hong Kong or some version thereof. So it's not too surprising it would start there. Tell me your game doesn't work on Chrome.
Should.
Well, this is spicy sauce. Who can't make your game work?
Well, it works on DAT and ZeroNet. Get on it, bro.
Tom just released a video. Who is this imposter? Did you like schedule a video or something?
I mean, I've been putting vlogs out every day for the last 37 days.
Dinner's done? You can leave it downstairs. We'll just end the stream. If you're close to a safe point.
I can go back to the safe one. It's just back in town.
What?
I said I can just go back to the safe point. It's just a couple screens over.
Alright. We're gonna wrap this up because I want to eat.
Next week, we will enter the village, the Viper Manor. Somehow.
Now remember, tomorrow's stream, I won't be here. Tom may or may not just do a dev stream. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll think of something.
Or just play Devil May Cry 2 alone.
Why would I subject myself to Devil May Cry 2?
You can skip to 3. You can do whatever you want, right? I won't be here to complain. Digi, you said you finished Dark Souls 3 in 20. I just can't believe you. This game is fucking ridiculous. 20 hours. Dude, okay, you have to understand that all of the Dark Souls games, all you have to do, put all of your leveling into vitality and strength. Get the biggest sword you can find and upgrade it all the way as far as you can at every point you are in the game. And the game will just be easy. Like, that's all you gotta do. because it makes it so you are super overpowered and you do fuckloads of damage and you can take fuckloads of damage. Dress light, don't wear heavy armor, make sure you can... if you're fat rolling, you're playing the game wrong. Alright, we done?
We're done.
I'm so like, this music is so good. I could do this forever. Like I could play this game forever, which is good because we're probably gonna take forever.
I was not even here this entire stream. I was just in the
you're
game.
free to play this off camera as well, by the way, because like I don't think it'll take us like a year to beat this game if we only play it on stream.
True.
So if we're suddenly farther next time, you will all know why. All right, wrapping it up.
We're getting 20% cooler.